Look at a crowd in the summer of 1914. They were celebrating, completely unaware that a global war was weeks away. At the time, the common belief was that the world was too economically interconnected to ever tear itself apart. Humanity is suffering from that exact same complacency today. We scroll through our feeds and go to work, assuming that a total global conflict is a relic of the 20th century. But beneath that surface of normalcy, the cooperative mechanisms that have stabilized the world for 80 years are crumbling. Trust is being replaced by confrontation, and the multilateral frameworks designed to prevent escalation are visibly coming apart. We aren't living in a stable peacetime. We're existing in a period of highly combustible, controlled chaos, and it only takes a single match to ignite the whole system. To see how close the system is to breaking, look at the 2026 World Economic Forum Global Risks Report. Capturing 1,300 expert assessments, this chart shows the next 2 years. Exactly half of respondents anticipate a turbulent or stormy environment, driven by geoeconomic confrontation. That same year, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists moved the doomsday clock forward to 85 seconds to midnight. It is the closest the clock has ever been to the 0 hour in its history. According to the world's leading intelligence and scientific bodies, we are mathematically closer to global annihilation right now than at any point during the Cold War. The most active flashpoint is the conflict between Israel and Iran. In early 2026, this decades-long proxy dispute crossed into a direct state-on-state regional war. This escalation culminated in February 2026, with coordinated strikes by the US and Israel targeting Iranian nuclear facilities and military command centers. The economic retaliation was immediate. Iran targeted Qatar's liquefied natural gas infrastructure, wiping out 17% of its production capacity and causing global oil prices to surge past $119 per barrel. This proves that modern regional wars cannot be contained. They immediately weaponize the global economy, threatening the energy and supply chains every nation depends on. While the Middle East burns, the Pacific theater is seeing a massive mobilization of Chinese amphibious fleets, keeping the threat of a Taiwan invasion at its highest level in decades. At the same time, the war in Ukraine remains a grinding, protracted conflict that has led to the suspension of the New START Treaty, effectively ending the era of formal nuclear arms control between the US and Russia. These simultaneous pressure points across 3 different theaters are stretching NATO and American military resources to a definitive breaking point. The 2025 SIPRI yearbook identifies a dangerous new arms race. As multilateral restraint collapses, the world is fracturing into rigid, opposing geopolitical blocks. This map illustrates the tripwire mechanism of modern alliances. A localized miscalculation in the Strait of Hormuz or the South China Sea instantly and legally obligates multiple nuclear-armed nations to intervene. Adding to this risk is the integration of AI and automated response systems into military command. These tools compress the timeline for decision-making from days to minutes, often removing human diplomacy from the loop entirely. Our modern alliance structure no longer acts as a deterrent. It functions as an accelerator, ensuring that any regional spark triggers a global chain reaction. A third world war would look nothing like the conflicts of the past. The globalization of nuclear arsenals and the modernization of delivery systems have changed the stakes of escalation. If the escalation ladder is climbed to the top, the inevitable result is a scientific phenomenon known as nuclear winter. Millions of tons of soot would be injected into the stratosphere, blocking the sun and triggering a total collapse of global agriculture. The result is a planet-wide famine that could kill 5 billion people. A third world war ends with the extinction of human civilization, leaving no one behind to redraw the maps. We are currently driven by the illusion that tactical military victories in the Middle East or Europe will bring stability. In reality, they are only accelerating the machinery of a global crisis. That machinery is moving faster than ever before, but it hasn't reached the point of no return. Walking back from the edge of the abyss is still a deliberate human choice.